Guys, we can't even say we were dreading the day we'd make this video, because let's be honest, like many of you, we never saw it coming in the first place. But based on everything we've seen in recent days, and the countless reports flooding social media, it seems like Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of our very own, might actually be tempted by a move to Real Madrid. The harsh truth is that football has become a business. These things happen, and no move should come as a shock anymore. But we should remember that no player is bigger than the club. And just like Trent might be treating this as a business decision, we have to do the same. If he leaves, we'll move on fast. Which brings us to the point of today's video. We're here to talk about 3 top right-back options the club should consider if Trent does decide to leave on a free this summer. So go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive straight into it. We get it, players have ambitions, and let's be honest, who wouldn't jump at the chance to play alongside some of the best in the world? It seems like Madrid is gearing up to build their next Galactico team, and let's face it, that's hard to ignore. But here's the thing. If Trent does leave, the blame shouldn't fall squarely on him. There are plenty of questions to ask about how those in charge let a player of his quality get to this point in his contract. Still, the thought of Trent being okay with walking away from the club he grew up with, especially for free, while we're in the middle of a title race and playing some of our best football in years, that just stings, doesn't it? That said, this club is bigger than any one player. Yes, Trent is a generational talent, and losing him on a free would feel like a complete disaster. But let's not forget, the Reds have a habit of bouncing back. We'll make a statement, we'll replace him. Now, some of you might think we're overlooking Connor Bradley. Not true. We rate the 21-year-old highly and see him as a big part of the club's future at right back. But one right back option isn't enough for a team chasing titles. If this season has shown us anything, it's how critical fullbacks are in Arne Slot's system. Every attack seems to flow through them, and they play a massive role in keeping possession ticking over. So we need a new player to compete with and rotate alongside Bradley. Let's be real, we can't run the lad into the ground. Now, our first option might not perfectly align with Edwards' usual age profile, but it's still a massive market opportunity. Why? Because not only would this player come in as a free agent, but he's also an absolute gem to have in the squad. That's right, we're talking about Bayern Munich's Joshua Kimmich. Like Trent, his contract runs out this summer. Kimmich is 29 years old, and yeah, that's why he might not fit the typical Edwards or FSG mold. But come on, are there any better free options out there? Let's be honest, probably not. The Bayern star has cemented himself as one of the most complete players in world football. Whether it's as a right back, a defensive midfielder, or even pushing forward into more advanced roles, Kimmich does it all with class. If you still have doubts, just pull up his heat map from this season. It's all you need to see to understand just how versatile and valuable he can be. Kimmich's style feels tailor-made for Slot's philosophy. As we all know by now, Slot loves fullbacks who can offer both defensive solidity and attacking creativity. With his experience as a midfielder, Kimmich would thrive in the hybrid role Slot often employs, where fullbacks tuck into midfield during build-up play to create numerical superiority and control transitions. Kimmich's passing range, vision, and crossing ability make him a seamless fit for Liverpool's attacking patterns. This season alone, he's racked up 4 assists and averages 2.45 key passes per game for Bayern, putting him in the 98th percentile among fullbacks in Europe's top 5 leagues. Honestly, his passing numbers this season are nothing short of ridiculous. Whether it's progressive passes, balls into the final third, or crosses whipped into the penalty area, it's like having a playmaker operating as a right back. Under Slot, Kimmich could operate as a right back who steps into midfield, or even as a more advanced playmaker, depending on the phase of play. Essentially, he could enjoy the same freedom Trent has been thriving under with the Dutchman, freedom we doubt he'd get at Madrid. Defensively, Kimmich's intelligence and positioning align perfectly with Slot's pressing principles. He's exceptional at reading the game, anticipating passes, winning duels, and quickly transitioning into attack, all cornerstones of Slot's philosophy. While he doesn't have Trent's raw pace, his sharp reading of the game and proactive decision-making more than make up for it. Look at this season at Bayern. Vincent Kompany has implemented an aggressive pressing and counter-pressing system, and Kimmich hasn't skipped a beat. He's averaging 5.57 ball recoveries per game, proving just how crucial he is to Bayern's ability to sustain pressure. That said, Kimmich isn't without his weaknesses. Unlike Trent, who often wows us with flair and pinpoint long balls, Kimmich leans more on precision and control. That could mean fewer moments of jaw-dropping brilliance. Plus, his lack of pace might leave him vulnerable against speedy attackers, especially in high transition games, the kind we see all the time in the Premier League. So if Kimmich doesn't feel like the right option for you, we've got another name to throw into the mix. How about a right defensive side pairing of Ibrahima Konaté and Jules Koundé? Yep, you heard that right. We're talking about Barcelona's 26-year-old right back. Here's the thing, the Blaugrana aren't exactly in the best shape financially right now. They've already struggled to register a marquee summer signing like Dani Olmo, and their financial troubles could get even worse. That makes Koundé a potential opportunity for the Reds to explore this summer. Koundé's experience as a centre-back gives him a natural edge in areas where Trent has sometimes been questioned. Defensive duels, aerial battles, and positional discipline. Sure, he doesn't bring the same attacking flair as Trent, but he makes up for it with his ability to progress the ball through carries and line-breaking passes. This season at Barcelona, Koundé has been putting up some seriously impressive numbers. He's averaging 5.81 progressive passes and 5.45 passes into the final third per game. Top-tier stats for a defender. And it doesn't stop there. Koundé is also a powerful ball carrier, averaging a massive 46.08 carries per game this season. Slot could deploy Koundé in a role that allows him to underlap and step into midfield during build-up phases, or while maintaining defensive solidity. This approach would give Liverpool a more balanced right side, especially against teams that like to exploit transitional spaces. Defensively, Koundé is a standout in one-on-one situations, ranking among La Liga's best in successful defensive duels. His recovery speed and sharp anticipation make him a perfect fit for the high-pressing, aggressive style Slot demands. On top of that, his composure under pressure and accurate passing would elevate Liverpool's ability to play out from the back, even against teams that press high. That said, Koundé doesn't match Trent's attacking output. He averages fewer crosses and key passes, which could slightly limit Liverpool's creativity from the right flank. And while he can make overlapping runs, his preference leans toward a more conservative positioning, which might reduce the team's attacking width in certain situations. Still, Koundé would be a statement signing if Trent were to leave. A right-sided defense of Konaté and Koundé. That's the stuff of nightmares for opposing teams. But if Koundé feels unrealistic, or maybe doesn't fit the age bracket you prefer, we've got one last option. A name that's already been linked with the club. Lutsharel Geertruida, who played under Slot at Feyenoord and moved to RB Leipzig last summer, could be the perfect alternative. Geertruida's versatility is arguably his greatest asset. At Leipzig, he seamlessly rotated between right back, centre back, and even defensive midfield, just as he did at Feyenoord. This highlights not only his tactical intelligence, but also his adaptability, making him an ideal fit for Slot's system, which thrives on players capable of executing hybrid roles within a fluid, possession-based style of play. Under Slot, Geertruida could slot right into Liverpool's right-back position. His ease in central areas would allow him to step into midfield during build-up phases, creating overloads and ensuring smooth transitions between defense and attack. This season at Leipzig, his numbers speak volumes. He's averaged the third most forward passes, the fifth most through passes, and has the sixth best crossing accuracy in the Bundesliga. One concern over the summer was his aerial ability, but that seems to have been addressed in a big way. He's now the best fullback in the Bundesliga when it comes to aerial duels won, a significant improvement that further solidifies his case as an ideal signing. Geertruida is still a player in development. While his attacking numbers are solid, they're not yet at the elite level needed to consistently unlock Premier League defenses. And while his versatility is undoubtedly a strength, it might take him some time to fully adapt to the intensity and physicality of the English game. Let's be honest, one season in the Bundesliga isn't quite enough to declare him the complete package just yet. Another potential hurdle is prying him away from Leipzig after just 1 year into his contract. However, Liverpool's strong financial position, combined with Slot's prior relationship with Geertruida from their time at Feyenoord, might give the Reds an edge in negotiations. Leipzig, a club known for selling at the right price, could demand a fee in the region of 50 to 70 million euros, depending on how Geertruida performs for the rest of the 2024-25 season. For now, nothing official has happened. These options are purely hypothetical, in case Trent decides to run down his contract and leave on a free next summer. But by making this video, we wanted to remind you that nothing is permanent in football. Highs and lows will always come and go, just like players, even those we once considered club legends. If Trent does choose to leave, we'd wish him the best of luck. Though, let's be honest, it's not the ideal way to part ways. After that, it's all about focusing on our own future and moving forward. So, who's your favourite option out of the names we've mentioned? Would you like us to create a detailed scouting video on one of them? Or maybe you've got another player in mind? Let us know your thoughts. Not just on these players, but also on how you're feeling about Trent right now. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.